Here I am at the Lake in the Woods campground. That was not a bad gravel road, except the back end of my pickup's a little light and it skitters a little bit on the back end if you were hitting these little washboardy pieces, so I had to go really slow, but we're fine. And I gotta tell you, these toilets are flush toilets. Yeah, flush toilets. That's pretty fancy. 28 miles back to Glide, 5 miles up the gravel road to Hemlock Lake. And 15 miles back to State Highway 138. Really? Well, there you go. All I know is I'm here. And I've got my tent set up. Now I've got to go to this little station here and pay up before they throw me out. This is Lake in the Woods. Pretty pond, well, lake. Got lots of lily pads, lots of dragonflies. It's very peaceful. There's only 2 campers here, me and somebody else, that's it. It's Friday afternoon, July 21st. Got my tent set up. I'm just walking back to it now after paying my fee at the station. $10. It's all right. I expected it. I knew it was. Well, I'm assuming, since that says trail, that just means that's where we're starting our trail tomorrow. And if I was any smart at all, I would have picked that campsite right there, just a little past it, to put my tent. But no, I was thinking, it's not flat enough. I don't know. I actually was thinking that the trail they were taking was farther on up the road, but it's not. It's farther up along the camping road, but it's not, because I was thinking of a different lake. I think it was Hemlock Lake I was thinking of, but this is Lake in the Woods, different. So this is the trail and my campsites. 2 more sites up that way. Not bad, just walk down in the morning, sit on the log, and wait for them to arrive up. Oh, I say them because the hiking club is coming up here tomorrow to hike this trail, Friends of the Umpqua. And I decided just to get a jump on the gun and come up tonight, Friday night, and camp and be here in the morning. So that sounds like fun. It's beautiful weather. It's great. So I'll be here waiting for them on this little log to start the trail in the morning. There's a deer. I heard her earlier. She came down to the lake to drink. She's standing there. I don't think you can even see her. She's staring at me. We both play this standoff game all day. Except I don't want to. I can't get any closer. You take my word for it. She's standing right there. Oh, there she goes. There she goes. Here's my campsite. Campsite number 6. My trusty truck and my little tent, which I'm thinking I need to lower the front a little bit. Maybe not. I don't care. Lots of ventilation that way. Right next to a picnic table. Let me see. And I'm in the shade next to a picnic table And I'm glad I had my pickup truck with a little toolbox in it with a little hammer, because the ground is so hard. And this little tent takes stakes. It's not freestanding, so I had to stake it. Boy, I had to pound them suckers in the ground. But I had a hammer. I'd have found a rock if I couldn't have found anything else. So now I'm going to go inside and inflate my mattress and lay out my sleeping bag. Might even have lunch. Yes, I got some cold cereal and milk at the store. And I brought my little bowl. Yeah, some things are hard to break. Cold cereal and milk. All the comforts of home. Decorative pine cones on the table. A tablecloth, which is actually my sun shield for the front window of the truck. But it has a pretty little decoration on it. Anchored down with rocks. And my bowl, spoon, and my famous cold cereal and milk next to the tent. Got my little cushy sit pad there. I'm ready for lunch. It's 2 o'clock. It's past lunch. This is my refrigerator for my milk. I had a piece of cord in the truck. Made a loop in it. Put my carabiner. I had a couple of extra carabiners. Put it around the handle of the milk. Milk's in the water. There you go. That should last me the 2 days I'm here. Oh yeah. Yep. That's how you keep milk from going bad. This is a laminated map of Lake in the Woods and all the campsites. And we are here. I'm here at the entrance. This here's a little picnic area. This is Hemlock Falls Trail here. And there's site number 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's mine, 6. And I noticed there's another trail head right here next to those bathrooms, and that is Hemlock Creek Trail, and that's the one we're going on tomorrow. So I'm closer to the trail we want to go than I thought. So instead of going here, we're going to start here. And I think we're starting here and coming out here. That's what I think. Although I don't know. I know we're doing Hemlock Creek Trail. That's my final answer. And it's right here. So that's a pretty good choice after all. All right. Guess it would pay to look at my laminated map on this kiosk wall at the entrance before I pick my campsite. But I picked a good one. Accidental. Besides, number 6. That's my number. Obviously, if I had read that little laminated map a little closer, I'd have known that our Hemlock Creek Trail, we started there and we come out there because it's an in and out. That first little trail I pointed out goes to the falls. That's all it goes. It just goes to the falls and comes back. It pays to read your map. I've done all the damage I can do today, I guess. I'm laying down in my tent, reading a book, and I only brought this big book because I don't have to hike with it. I just put it in the truck. If I was hiking, I would not be hiking a big old book like this. That must weigh 5 pounds. Okay, maybe 3 pounds. But I'm laying on my sleeping pad and my sleeping bag. Got my pillow inflated, reading my book, doing nothing, listening to the flies outside that can't get me. What time is it? Oh, 4:30. I'm not going to sleep yet, it's too soon, but I'm just lounging in my abode. My backpack's outside the screen, in the vestibule. Oh, yeah, just chilling, as they say, because I don't have to do anything. I pay good money to stay in this tent and do nothing. I'm getting my $10 worth, man. So I saw deer and butterflies and dragonflies and a little ground squirrel or chipmunk or whatever it was. It's about all the wildlife I've seen today. It's very pleasant. 7 o'clock, no, it's 20 to 7, Friday evening at Lake in the Woods campsite. Still only 2 people. I have seen several, probably maybe 4 or 5 vehicles drive by here. Pickups, cars, pickup hauling a 4-wheeler. And I don't know what they're looking for. Maybe it's too quiet here. Maybe they want a more crowded campsite to more socialize. I don't know. And there actually are a couple of sites that it looks like you could back a trailer into. Not a big, huge, long trailer, but a little camp trailer you could park in there. Not this one, and others, they're mostly tents, but there are a couple that I could see you could back a small camp trailer in. So maybe they're heading to up 5 more miles to Hemlock Lake, because that's, last time I was there was quite a few camp trailers, and there were, people buzzing around in 4-wheelers or bicycles, or I forget what. And there was some fishing on the lake. I don't think anybody's going to be fishing on Lake in the Woods here. So maybe that's what they're after, the more fishing lake. I don't know, but they want peace and quiet and a little getaway in the weekend. This is a nice quiet spot. It's all right. I took out my compass that on my phone, and my tent front is facing southeast. So I might get a little morning sun slanting through the front. I don't care. This is nice and shady. This is pleasant. And if nobody else camps here, that's fine with me. On to reading my book. But the print's kind of small. I better go find my glasses. Well, you just heard me say a peace and quiet. And did you hear the racket on the gravel road going past this lake? Yeah, the road is just right on the other side of the lake. On the other side of those trees. The gravel road. So I was saying, oh, it's peace and quiet. You hear the... There must have been a pickup truck or something. Well, it's usually peace and quiet until you hear some noisy rig going up the gravel road past this place. Other than that, it's peace and quiet.